Hey everyone, thanks for coming back to my channel and watching this video. What do you do when you inherit another salesperson's leads? Maybe that salesperson doesn't work in the company anymore or they move to a different department, but now you've inherited a bunch of their leads that they're working. Um, Plus, you have your own leads that you're working. How should you go about managing that? And so that was a question that a client asked me. Well, one of their AEs asked me. And so I broke down a framework that I taught them and I shared with them, and I'm going to share it with you. And it's helped them really dial down the exact leads that they should be working on that's worth their time. And it's a mixture of their leads and their inherited leads. So I'm going to share my screen and we're going to go right into it. So I use a framework, the SSP framework. It stands for stage, size, and probability. So the first part of the leads that you do get is between the leads that you have already, the ones that you've been working on, and the leads that you've inherited. What you want to do is you want to filter out all the leads by the stage in which they're in. So whatever stage you have in your own CRM for your company, proposal sent, uh, free trial, whatever that those stages are, I want you to filter out those leads by the stage that you have. And then once you have those leads filtered out by the stages, I want you to look for the deals or opportunities that are in the stage that are closest to the closed one. So closed one would be the ideal stage where you want all the leads to go, but what's the stage before that? For some people, it could be proposal sent. For some people, it could be billing link sent, it contract sent, whatever it is. Everyone has their own stage. So what's the stage closest to closed one? So step one, filter all the leads that you've got from the inherited leads plus the ones that you have and that are in the closest stage to closed one. The second, size. Run another filter on top of the original filter that you just ran that is based on the size of the deal. What I would recommend is you have one of two options. You can run it based on the size in terms of the users or licenses of the deal, but since a lot of these companies, a lot of SaaS companies have different plans, low, medium, and high plan, these three different tiers, you could have a bunch of users on a low plan, but the total MRR or ACV or AR, or whatever it is that you use in your company, for that is less than two users on the highest plan. So what I would recommend is you run the filter based on the size of the deal, based on the amount of revenue that you're going to bring in from that deal. So that will mean if you can close, three accounts that have less users but have a higher revenue versus you have to close 10 accounts in order to hit that, focus on the ones that have the higher revenue because it's a lot easier to actually hit your quota that way. The third thing I'd filter out. So now you should have the list of leads based on the stage that they're in, so closest to the closed one, based on the size in terms of revenue. Now run a third filter if you have it, and if not, we'll talk about it. But the third filter should be the chance to close, the probability. Now, a lot of companies already have, or a lot of CRMs already have built-in percentage win rates per stage. So if you're at like a closed a proposal sent, it could be like a 70% chance to win. They already have this built in, or your VP of sales already built it in, or your CRO or whoever it is. If you do have this, then it's already built in, so that's fine. What I'd also recommend that you look for in terms of probability that you may not have a filter on is looking at the level of engagement that lead has with you or if they had with a previous rep that was working that deal. And you're looking for a mixture of like email engagement, phone call, notes. So look for engagement. If you're using Gong, by the way, gong.io, they have a really neat feature with, I don't know if it works with Salesforce, but I know with HubSpot where it feeds the leads from or the deals from HubSpot into Gong, and it also feeds in the email correspondence between you and the prospect. And Gong has like this timeline of activity between you and that lead, you and the deal. So it'll show you sort of like a dot chart of how active that lead is with you. And so you can look at that and see, all right, which of the leads that are in the stage that's closest to one that has a highest revenue potential if I close them and that are the most active in terms of engagement, they're responding back, I'm emailing back, etc. Which ones are those? And out of those leads, those are the ones you want to prioritize. So when you're an AE and you've inherited a bunch of leads, you want to make sure that you're focusing on the highest chance to close with the highest probability, where there's a lot more momentum and engagement. And the way to do that is to follow the SSP framework that I have here. If you have any questions about your situation, whatever it is, put it in the comments below and I will make a video about it.